Whoa.
Pongo mi booty en bikini,
Sabana,
lo ve,
let's go.
lo quiere con
Vamos.
mermelada. Ve como rebota y me lo quiere detonar. Yo le piloneé 2 veces y me compro Dolce & Gabbana. PRM.
Before it gets into the song, I'm gonna go back and run it back. I'm gonna run it back. I don't want you guys to I don't want to ruin the song, but I'm saying this entire song, or this entire time, every single song I've heard so far, the production on this has been super good. I think Bravo is the one that produced the entire thing, it seems like. So shout out to Bravo. Nah, shout out to Bravo, because Bravo killed the production on this whole entire album. So I run it back again.
Pongo mi booty en bikini, lo ve, lo quiere con mermelada. Ve como rebota y me lo quiere detonar. Yo le piloneé 2 veces y me compro Dolce & Gabbana. PRM, amiga, pido por mí porque todo lo que yo quiera me da, porque sabe que si me le muevo no vuelvo para atrás. Él me conoció en un teteo y está feo, si cree que en la calle la voy a dejar. Cuando me lo prueban no me pueden olvidar. Que dicen la diosa de la sabana mojada. No tengo quebrando el banco de tanto gastar. Pero soy salvaje, no me pueden amarrar. Pongo mi culo en bikini, lo ve, lo quiere con mermelada. Ve como rebota y me lo quiere detonar.
This is another song that the DJs are gonna have a lot of fun with too. I like the fact that the songs aren't super long, because I think honestly the longest song is what? Yeah, Double Team's the longest song, it seems like. I mean, I like the length of the songs too. I mean, everything about this album is just perfect. I mean, that's all I got to say. I mean, everything about this album is perfect. It's not one thing about this album that I'd be like, oh, maybe you should just do this instead. No, there's nothing. This album is literally absolute perfection. Simple as that. There's nothing about this album that I'd be like, oh, maybe you could have done this instead, or maybe this, or like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you got like, you know, you can nitpick a little bit of things. You know, you can kind of be like, okay, maybe you should have done this instead of this, or like, but there's literally nothing about this album that I'm like, oh, maybe you should have done this or this. It's just like, it's just perfect. The DJs are gonna love this song though. There's a lot you can do to this. Hey, okay, I think this might be the last song of the album, so we better enjoy this one. Otherwise, it's gonna be raps, and then the album's gonna be done. And then I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep because the album's over, and I'll never be able to listen to this song. I'll never be able to listen to this album for the first time ever again. So we gotta cherish this, okay? This is the last song of the album. I'm just gonna talk for probably 2 minutes or so. This album's absolute perfection. It's a complete masterpiece. There's nothing about this album that I would change. There's nothing about this album that I would... There's nothing about this album that I would change. Everything about this album is just perfect in my mind. I mean, obviously, no matter what, there's gonna be haters. Let's be real. No matter what, at the end of the day, people are gonna be hating. I can really kind of envision the fact that there's gonna be people in my comment section probably saying, "Oh, you're just saying you like it because you don't want Anitta fans to hate you or blah blah blah," and that's just not true. I mean, I feel like I can just kind of envision it. You know, I can kind of picture the fact that there's gonna be people that are gonna be like, "Oh my God, no, you're just saying that because you don't want to get on their bad side," blah blah blah. It's gonna happen. That's just not true. I mean, you can tell when I'm genuinely enjoying something, and if I'm not enjoying something, I'll tell you straight up. I mean, it's just, I'll tell you straight up, I don't like it. I mean, I've done it before. So, it's not like I can't tell you guys I don't like something. I mean, there's one song I gave I think it was like a 7 out of 10 on it, because I was like, on it, you know? But, I'm genuinely being honest with you. This album is a complete masterpiece. There's nothing about this album that I would change or do differently. There's a lot of replay value on like 99% of the songs. I mean, the one song that didn't have replay value is probably Savage Funk, but I think that was kind of the point. I don't think that album was, or that song was meant to be like, you know, a banger that be like a hit. It was just kind of like, it was there for like, you know, bridge purposes and also just like to kind of fit the theme of the album. So I don't think that one has a lot of replay value. That's like really the only song, but again, I don't think they even intended to have replay value on that one. It was literally like a 1.5-minute song. So I mean, like I said, I mean, it's a perfect album. So far, at least. I mean, this song would have to be like literally absolute garbage, which I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, it's Anitta, and Anitta just doesn't make bad songs. So I don't think that would happen anyway. But it's like, again, this album is just perfect. So I mean, let's keep going because obviously I want to talk about the stuff at the end, not in the middle of the album. So, ahí, let's go. Vamos.
One night stand, fine by me. Don't pretend we're meant to be. Precious time, the clock's ticking. When we're done, you're free to leave. Be straight with me, that's what I want. Don't like with love, just to be gone. I'm a big girl, say what you want. I can make love, or we can just fuck.
We can make love, or we can just beep. We can make love, or we can just beep.
I can make love, or we can just fuck.
When I do it on my own.
I'm sorry, but I forgot that Sam Smith is in this song. Okay, I think Sam Smith is the guy that made, what's the song called? It might be called Unholy. It's a song that goes like, in the body shop, doing something unholy. Da 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 da. That song did get kind of annoying after a while. But I mean, honestly, I can respect the song, I guess. But I mean, it's definitely a different song for sure. It definitely got annoying because all my radios here in America kept playing that stupid song so many times. But it's now I know Sam Smith is in this. So.
Baby, it's not the same when I do it on my own. Don't leave me alone. Boy, pick up the phone. Yeah, no, take care of you. Be the midnight air for you. Tell me what you wanna do. What I wanna do is what you wanna do. Focus on me. That's what I want. So come and turn me on. If you know me, you know you're playing with fire. Help you realize your deepest desire.
Yeah. I like that. That was a good verse by Sam Smith. I'm not gonna lie, that was good. I think this is also a very smart song because I mean having I think camera keeps moving, but having an American audience. Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Having an American artist gives you that American audience, and there's also a decent chance that if this song does good enough that it will be on the American radio. So again, it's a super smart song. Having an American audience, or I keep saying audience instead of artist. Having an American camera keeps moving. Having an American artist on your song, you know, is automatically just going to catapult, especially with Anitta, because Anitta's just good in general, but obviously she doesn't have a ton of American audience because she's not known here in America. So it's a very smart song. So. This is okay, sing together, yeah. Really good song.
I just want pleasure. I just want pleasure.
Sam Smith.
Baby, ahí, síguelo, 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 ahí. Dímelo, 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 ahí. Take me where I wanna be. Baby, ahí, ahí.
Banger. Huh. I do kind of want to hear this one again, just to make sure. We'll listen to it. We'll listen to it. Oh, mostly because it's the outro song, so I want to hear how the album ends. And I don't exactly remember how the song goes, so.
Quiero darte,
Oh yeah.
pero
Mil veces.
lo sé, ya lo hemos hecho mil
Veces, mil veces, mil veces.
Voy a darte,
Mil
pero prohibido, lo sé, ya lo hemos hecho mil veces en mi mente, pero ya es diferente. Mil veces.
This is actually a really good song to end the album on, I'm not gonna lie. It's a very smart... That's another thing, too. This album was structured very well. I mean, putting certain songs in order, like the chronological order that the songs are being put in this whole entire album is really good. What a song to end the album on. Mil veces, mil veces, mil veces, mil veces. Woo!
Quiero darte, pero es prohibido, lo sé, ya lo hemos hecho mil veces, mil veces, mil veces. Sé que te gusta que somos así, nos vemos, lo hacemos low key, y si no llegamos a dar, de mi cuarto no vamos a salir, no le pongamos condiciones, y si cambiamos posiciones, tenemos malas intenciones, yo tengo ganas de ti mil veces, mil veces, mil veces, mil
veces. Sounds so good, oh my god. What an album. What an album. What an album, though. What a album, bro. What an album. Now that album, bro. What an album. I mean, that's all I can say. What an album. This is literally like... I'm trying to get the screen on so you guys can like look. Here we go. I mean, like I said, what an album. This is literally like the perfect album ever. This is an insanely good album. It's one of these albums like where, like I said, there's a ton of replay value on every single song. There's not a song in here that I would remove. There's not a song on here that I wouldn't listen to again. There's so many songs on here that are just bangers and just super good hit songs that I can hear everywhere. Obviously, I'm in America, so chances are I'm probably never going to hear those songs on the radio. But I know over in Brazil, this album is probably going to be all over the radio. Like, this is probably like some Taylor Swift level. Like we have in America, we have Taylor Swift, and every single song on her recent album is pretty much been on the radio. So, and Anitta is probably going to be the same way. Let's be real. If you're in Brazil, be prepared for this whole entire album and all the songs on this album to be all over your guys' radio station. Make sure your guys' radio station, your radio station is going to be blessed. Let's put it that way. Because, I mean, every single song on this album is an absolute masterpiece. And this album itself is an absolute masterpiece. 10 out of 10. Beautiful album. I respect Anitta a lot for this. There's a lot of different things in there that she probably took a lot of risks to get to making. You know, because obviously, like I said before, she could easily just sit there in one box and just do and make the same kind of songs over and over. And I can respect the fact that she took a risk and she made some different kind of music, different sounds. And like I said, took a risk with it, which again I can respect a lot. I like when artists take risks when it comes to making different sounds and things like that. Obviously, there's times where it doesn't work, but clearly with Anitta, it worked perfectly. I mean, every single song on this album is an absolute banger, absolute masterpiece, absolute hit. I respect Anitta for a lot for this. If you guys liked the video, give this video a big thumbs up. Give this video to 500 likes if you guys want me to do some more, maybe some more album reactions. Or, I mean, no matter what, I think I'm going to hop on albums. I mean, obviously now, if I can't really do album reactions now unless they're like newer ones like this one. I did Pablo Vittar's one. If you guys haven't seen that already, it is on my community post page. So if you guys go to my channel, go to community, there'll be a link for the Pablo Vittar album, Sapatadeo Tropical Volume 2. That'll be on there. You guys can check that out. Check that album reaction out if you want to. It is on Patreon. It isn't on YouTube. Because it got completely blocked over here. Like it literally said it's blocked in the territories of Brazil. Literally, the main audience of it is just blocked there, so I couldn't even drop it at all. So I had to drop it over on Patreon. So if you guys don't already have an account for that, you guys will have to set up an account for that. Unfortunately, it is the only way it is over there. It is free though. It has no cost, so you guys should be able to just watch it for free as long as you make an account. So you guys can check that album out. Like I said, I love all you guys. I'm on Todo Você. Hit the subscribe button down below. Masterpiece of an album. Hit the subscribe button down below. That'd be very much appreciated. Check out all my socials too. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff is down below. I love y'all. I'm a Todo Você. Peace.